Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome Flying with Mike. We are back in Mumbai. We're going to finish off this leg into Dubai, and we are not in a heavy. We are going to fly the A320NEO from Toliss, and I hope you enjoy. Matter of fact, hang on a second. I'm going to go ahead the kind of old-fashioned way and start getting rid of some things. Now we've been a little delayed today, as you all probably heard yesterday. If you haven't seen it yet on YouTube, you will later this week. We are battling a cold, and it was hitting me pretty hard here this morning, and actually started thinking after I released that message that we were going live here soon. That may not happen, but we're gonna muckle through here, get it done, and see what we can do. It's a challenging morning for me. But anyway, the A320NEO sits on the line, and we're getting ready to go. We're in Mumbai. There is ATC. We're going to go ahead, come online. And as you can tell, like I mentioned when we came in, the weather is muckety muck here. Icky, yucky. Find your adjectives. Yeah, it just never do I see a clear sky here. I don't get it. But anyway, this is a series of flights I've been doing. We're not putting it as a playlist or anything. I love watching a TV show. Now it's back into hiatus till either fall or winter next year and next season. And it's what's called The Amazing Race. And basically, a dozen to dozen and a half people, teams usually race around the world. The winner receives $1 million, and along each of the different legs, they have challenges and all. Really interesting, fun to watch, especially someone like me that loves travel. Oh, I love, thinking, yeah, I could do that until, oh, wait, that's not in English. Oh, gets a little different. Hopefully sense of direction works. But yeah, it's a real cool show. Anyway, it gives me ideas for places to fly to. Now, this leg of the race actually started, we started back actually in Bali, Indonesia. We hopped over to Penang, hopped over to Mumbai, and then we're going to the next leg, which was Dubai. In reality, they mostly went from Bali to Singapore or wherever, and then hopped over to here. There are no direct flights, which I actually found interesting. I thought there would be. I thought Emirates would throw at least a bone or two at them with a plane, but I guess not. Anyway, so that's where this all comes from. So anyway, without further ado, we are not partially, we're well into the checklists. It's still going to take us probably a good 20 minutes or so to get ready, mainly because we got to go over the flight still, and then we'll finish up the FMC. So let's head up into the office. All right, bear with me a second. Okay, there we go with that. All right. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got a really good flight. It's really, in all respects, fairly simple, but yet when you look at it, when it comes up here, I don't think I've seen it yet. Hang on a second. I did click fly now, didn't I? Oh, did it already die out? I think it did. Hang on a second. We're going to restart Sim Toolkit. It's going to be one of those days with it. All right, let me go ahead and bring it up here. We'll also put the overlay in place. Oh, looks like our ATC fell off. All right, well, we'll see. So here you go. See our route here in the box. Yeah, that's kind of complicated. I looked at the flight that flew out of there, one of them in an A320. I think I might try to, we'll see, get rid of this little zig to zag and just kind of go direct like they did. We'll see if we get that lucky. We don't want to do that. All right. So today's flight, 30,800 peeps, 140 passengers make that up, and 6,300 pounds. Now, when SimBrief does these things, they do factor in your luggage weight to the people weight. I kind of don't like that because airlines are kind of more, I don't know. I'd have to talk to some people I know in the airlines. I think it should be kept separate, but I'm not that person. So 17,000, I think we actually loaded 800 pounds in for the fuel and cost index at 30. And we're headed up to 38,000. Then somewhere along the line, we're going to drop to 24. We'll see if that's in line with a descent or not. All right, so that takes care of the load. Here's the weather. Now they're still showing an ATIS here. So I'm not 100% sure whether we actually have controllers or not. But anyway, we're looking at weather 220 at 10 on the winds, gusty to 20, haze 3,000 meters. Yeah, it's just kind of icky. And hang on a second, something doesn't feel right here. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe that's old weather, but it's actually, I mean, it's old to a point. I mean, it's over an hour old, but not that bad. Down in the ATIS, you can see we're going to have a transition level at 5,500. What are we looking at here? Why don't they have? Oh, there it is, runway 27. I'm like, where is the runway? So. And then after 800 feet, we contact departures right there. Right now, I'm not seeing them, but that doesn't mean anything. We'll see when I actually come online. Speaking of which, let's go ahead, pre-file. And there we go. And I think we might be able to make that time out of here. We'll see. So hope you all had a fantastic weekend while I fill in some blanks here. It wasn't too bad on my end. Of course, working Saturday only makes one day. I know many of you out there going, oh, I do that all the time. I get it. So, yeah, and I get, the same feeling, I get it. So, filed. Now, one thing I do like to do before going online, something I kind of recommend. Let's take a look where everybody's at. Oh yeah, ground is up. Okay, so we will have to get we're going to see where we are, and all the green is over here, so we're cool. Looks like there may be an event or friends or whatever flying. So anyway, it's something you can do, and it basically helps to avoid jumping into a spot already manned. Today's flight is ELB 1511 A20. Oh, not a B. All right, and as you can tell, we have come online. All right, so let's finish this up, shall we? All right, what I was getting ready to do was work on the takeoff, get our performance information, and go from there. All right, so head over. Whoop. All right, so we have our flight plan in here. I always recommend you check it against what you're supposed to fly, so you don't end up. Now, we could end up into an interesting issue. Right now, the sim brief put us in on 12 right. However, the winds, albeit they're about 2, 3, 4 knots, somewhere in that ballpark, favoring 3 zeros. So I'm kind of curious if that'll hold. Alternate today is OMAA, and back to flight plan. Radar nav or radio nav looks good, and performance. All right, so what are we doing here? Let's first get the weather. Latest, greatest, 41 minutes old as of 1630. Winds 230 at 7. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. 30. And I wish Toliss, and I don't know if it's something they can or can't do. I mean, they obviously do it on their landing performance. They could put the METAR they're working on, or are they actually working on at that moment? So that part I don't know. Okay, outside air temperature looks good. And cough is always going good. All right, so 27 are not going from an intersection, looking good. Compute. All right, well, current setup. We're looking at this for the runway. I think we're going to go with it. Why not? Sound like a plan to me. So let's come over here. We're flexing at 73, so uplink. 105, let's put 230, diagonal 7. Runway, state dry. Oh, cut that out. I hate when it does that. Let's see, what are we looking at? And now request data. Don't worry about not putting anything into flex going, Captain, you forgot the flex temperature. Not yet. Let it come back. It'll tell you. Received. Okay, the information present on the McDo is if we go toga, full power. If we want to flex the takeoff, meaning pull power back ever enough just to get the plane in the air climbing, we then click flex takeoff. Double check. Okay, so things kind of changed a little. Oh, excuse me. We're still flexing at 73, but they're saying 147, 147, 149. Works for me, insert. Okay. Transition 6,000 works for me. And stand by. Let me see if Black Box has anything on this airport. VABB. He might. He does. 1040, 1040. Diagonal 1040. And engine out for 27, 1,600 feet. Okay. Now, what I'm doing, there is a streamer out there who is a real-world pilot. Was Airbus for quite a while that I know of him. Hang on a second. Let me type here. Tough to type at the same time talking. Anyway, Black Box 711. Like I said, was a real-world Airbus pilot. May still be. But he became qualified 787. So, I hope I get to.
India 1313 is on final runway 27.
We may not have control. Oh yeah, no, we don't. Anyway, he has set up this website. If you click that link there, blackbox.com, airport, and so forth, you will get that little extra data. What will we see? Probably nothing. It all happens to help make the engines do better what they do. But it's just something neat if you're into the realism side of the house. Okay, so we've got the McDo loaded, updated, performance set, and we're going to come up here and see what's left. Okay, pilot, what do we got here? Pilot flying is on the perf page, and the pilot not flying this side, in my case, we'll put it on flight plan. Okay, and that brings us to where we're about ready to start up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some things. Now, if you put them on auto, when we land, come into the gate, brakes on, beacon off, seatbelt light off, guess what? All of those pieces start coming back in, minus the caterers. You got to kind of physically tell them to come. And the main door will open too. All right, so that's where we're at right now. 121.9, I believe, is ground. I'm sorry for the sniffles, folks. Oh, somehow the chocks came off too. Interesting. All right, we are ready to go as soon as the controller gives us our clearance, which we haven't requested yet. We're on hotel. Oh, this nose. All right, here we go. I know why we're not getting out. There we go. Mumbai ground, LNR 1511, stand Alpha 3 with hotel, request clearance to Dubai, as filed. Maybe? Yes, no? I don't know.
Airline 1511, good evening, Maharaj. Clear destination Dubai. Visit 1, destination 2, flight level 380, runway 27, taxi to Alpha departure, SAKUN transition, initial climb flight level 80, scope 034.
All right, Elenair 1511 did not get most of that. I think probably because of the language. If you couldn't, would be nice to text. Runway 27 and all we got of the squawk 034.
Airline 1511, no worries.
Ah, pre-departure clearance.
Airline 1511, I have sent you the clearance text, but I would need a full feedback of the clearance.
No worries. Elenair 1511 cleared to Dubai off runway 27, Rackset 2A departure. We'll put 0343 in the box. Now golf for the ATIS. I showed hotel. And we're ready to go. Oh.
Airline 1511, the SID altitude is flight level 80 and the impact is correct. The boat ready for push to start with POV. That is the persons on board your flight.
All right, understand. You said flight level 80 for the initial climb, or 180. I got a text on that.
Flight level 80 is the initial climb, and then 1511.
All right, flight level 80, and we're ready to push and start at gate Alpha 3. Well, you're ground, so. Oh, persons on board? Really? That would be 140 plus 4.
Emirates 7 Yankee ready for taxi.
46.
Emirates 7 Yankee taxi hotel, Mike 7, November 1, holding point November 1, runway 27.
Taxi Hotel, Mike 7, November 1, holding point November 1, runway 27, Emirates 7 Yankee.
And ground, sorry for the all the confusion. Elenair 1511, we have 146 people on board.
Airline 1511, no worries. Persons on board 146 is copied. Push and start is approved. Facing east on Lima, UNH is 1005.
Boy, everything changed. All right, Elenair 1511 pushing and starting, facing east onto Lima, and copied the QNH 1511. Oh, sometimes the fun of flying, but the neat learning. All we got here. Let's get that door closed and get going before I cause real trouble.
Mumbai ground is 984 on November 8.
So my guess is we're going to go Lima on to Mike, or November,
Welcome to Mumbai. Take
and
the
possibly
right
up to
onto
Mike to
Hold short
November
runway
1.
14.
We'll find out, though. All right.
Right on November, then hold short on runway 14, India 994.
Better push back, start.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, ACARS is started. Doors and hatches all closed. We're ready to push it. That's an interesting call they have there. I have not been asked that anywhere
Tow
else.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
For the souls on board. Now, we loaded 140 people, yes. However, you have 4 crew members, for the flight attendants, and 2 up front. Now, technically, if there's any lap kids, that would be put on as that as well. Brakes off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
No further ATC monitors from 122.8. Safe flight. Bye-bye.
Unicom 122.8, thank you very much for the service and have a nice day. Bye-bye, Emirates 7 Yankee.
You too. India 984, the continued taxi on November. Ross on the 14, November 1. Mike 7, Hotel, stand with the 14.
November, then Mike 7 Hotel and stand Victor 14.
Now I'm going to be nervous what he's doing to me.
India 984 negative, continue taxi on November. Ross on the 14, November 1. Mike 7, Hotel, stand with the 14.
Okay, passing on November and cross the runway 14. Then November 1, then Mike 7, then Hotel to gate Victor 14, and then 984.
India 984, correct.
Kind of fun. Although I kind of wished I'd have parked down there. I got a long taxi. November, where is Mike 7? 6. Oh, I think I know right where it is. Okay. All right, let's start up number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Yeah, thanks for the pushback. Those not familiar with Better Pushback, it is free, and it's really what it says, a better pushback. Okay. All right, got our cues. Let's go. Okay, beacon light, fuel pumps are all, better be all on, or it wouldn't let us start up. Yep, they're all on. Parking brake set, engines to normal. Bleed off. And APU master off. Flight directors on, auto brake max. We're ready for taxi. Okay, and flaps. Spoilers. Transponder will go TARA so we don't forget. Cockpit door should be locked and is. Flight controls. And our trim for today is up 4. All right, we are ready to taxi.
And then 984 closing down on gate Victor 145 for that is bye bye good night.
Well, 984 time UTC 1732. Flight land term and it have a great night.
And Mumbai ground, LN Air 1511 ready to taxi for 27.
And 1511, Roger, stand by for taxi due to traffic.
LN Air 1511 understands we're cleared to taxi runway 27.
Hold short and 14.
I think I stepped on you there. LN Air 1511, are we cleared to 27 or did we have instructions otherwise?
And 1511, taxi Lima, Lima 4, November. Hold short terminal 14 at November.
Okay, LN Air 1511 cleared. Lima, Lima 4, November. Hold short 14. LN Air 1511.
Mumbai ground, Qatari 54 Papa, vacated runway 27 on taxiway November, request taxi to the Terminal 2, international parking.
Qatari 54 Papa, continue taxi on November, hold short runway 14.
Continue on November, hold short runway 14, Qatari 54 Papa.
Millennium 1511, continue taxi on November, cross runway 14, November 1, to holding point November 3, runway 27.
All right, LNR 1511, continuing across 14 on November to November 1 and holding point 427, LNR 1511.
Qatari 54 Papa, continue taxi on November, cross runway 14, November 1, Mike 7, Hotel, stand Victor 16.
Now that's called November 1?
Proceeding to stand Victor 16 via
Huh.
number crossing 14, November 1, Mike 7 for Qatari 54 Papa.
At ground, Air 1511 will be ready to go upon reaching.
Air 1511, no further ATC. Monitor Unicom 122, destination have a safe flight, bye-bye.
All right, thanks for the ATC. Great job. Sorry for the confusion. Have a great night. Air 1511, over to Unicom.
Air 1511, no worries.
Mumbai traffic, Air 1511, departing runway 27. knots. Airspeed's alive, confirmed. B1. Rotate. Oh, I don't think they're there anymore. I figured they've switched to 30 left. Kind of figured they would, although the surface wind is still pretty conducive to... Had a feeling they would. All right, well, we're on our way, folks. Thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike. We're on our way, and ETA shows a little under 4 hours, but as we grab altitude, it will decrease rather rapidly. 5,500 feet, I think, is what we were told. There we go. Hopefully we start thinking about getting out of this haze, man. Looks like we're might be starting to top out. Wow, get over it. All right, landing lights off. And we're on our way, folks. Hope you enjoy the ride as we round out this leg that they did in the amazing race. Now, it's not about the getting, well, it is to me, the getting to and from the points in this show. But where it gets real fun is when they drive in these countries and, of course, trying to get around, not able to, trust me, all you got to do, if you live here in the United States, get a good flavor of what that's like, go up to Montreal. Just try and drive in Montreal. Not fun. Unless they've changed it in 25 years, it's not fun. I can't say the same, but I would think pretty close to it in Mexico. Try just driving around, those of you that don't know Spanish, and try and figure your way out. It's, you know, yes, they have maps, but does this generation know how to use a map? Probably not. So it's that's where, to me, the fun is. They used to let them choose how to get there. Those that knew traveling know that maybe by boat, believe it or not, could be quicker than by plane. Now, I know a lot of you going, huh? There may only be 1 or 2 flights. Say, it'd be kind of like if you're going from, say, Savannah to here. You know, there's only 1 flight every other day from Savannah to St. Louis or to Mid-America. But you might be able to find another mode to get you there quicker. And yeah, those that know that, or they know the airlines who could get there quicker than the other, you know, just because of knowing that little bit helps. So yeah, those were the fun days, and those I had excelled at. I loved them. Then you get to these challenges. Both, some of them are purely in your head. Those are fun to watch, but the ones that would kill me would be the physical ones, because some of them are pretty physically demanding. Many people have troubles with them. So it's just a fun show, like I said, and it gives me a chance, if I write down all the destinations, you know, half a dozen to a dozen destinations to get to, but I may have to break them up into a couple of flights. So anyway, we're on our way to this leg, which was pretty cool in Dubai. I have to give the people behind this one. This was pretty cool. But then we'll wait to give away where we go next. So those that watch the show would know. So really fun time indeed. So, but that's what's behind these flights. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more ultimate legs, but they may be broken up to make it. I think it's 5. You'll see. It was fun. So for our version, we went from Hong Kong to Osaka, not Kansai, Osaka. Now, I don't know which airport in specific they went to there, but I chose Osaka just because it's a little different, closer to one of their venues that they did challenges in. But either one's great. Then from there, we went to the Philippines. I don't know how they got to Bali. If they went to the Philippines, went back through Hong Kong, through Taipei. But anyway, we needed a break in there, just long leg. This is a 2,800 to 3,000 mile leg from Bali to Dubai. So I broke it into three legs. We're on the third leg of this one, the final one. And then we've got some more to come. All right, so let's just continue on. Enjoy the flight, and we'll see you in a few. All right, folks, I'm back with you. Sorry. Oh, this is just a fun day with this. As we're climbing up to 38,000. All right, so we are on our way. Looking at the clock here, we got about 2 hours to go, so I hope y'all enjoy. Let me clear this off. So enjoy the flight, and we'll be talking with you here throughout it. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to kind of rest myself a little because I got to work tomorrow. So I'm going to put on some music and let us cruise across the Indian Ocean. All right, folks, we are high above the Indian Ocean in cruise for about another hour and 40 minutes to Dubai. A little bit under the weather today, so I'm trying to stay a little silent. Hope you enjoy the music and the flight, and we'll be chatting with you as we get closer to Dubai. Enjoy the flight. All right, folks, I'm back with you. It's glad you can't see this end of the screen. Wow. My stomach is just really turning and churning, and we're gonna continue though. Let's see what's going on in Dubai. Oh, Center will be waiting for us. Okay. Yeah, they're still calling 3 zeros, so we'll see how this works out. So I hope y'all are having a great start to your work weeks. And those of you where it's winding down, I hope it's been a good day. I hope nobody gets what's going on in my body right now. Wow. It is just not happy. So, but again, we have about an hour and 20 minutes to Dubai. So enjoy the music, and we'll be on and off here till we get a lot closer. And again, thanks for flying with Mike. Well, thank you, Duluth. We sure appreciate that. I've just had a raid of 4 viewers. That helps spark up the day a little bit. Hope you all enjoy. And hope you all hit that follow button if you haven't already. And love to have you aboard. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just a quick note, this is Flying with Mike. Been in the flight sim industry, 25, 28 years. Started back in 99, so I guess that really about 26. But anyway, been through many of the Microsoft simulators like most of you, 98, 2002, 2002, 2004, and FSX. And then come the year 2020, and another computer needed. And I decided to jump ship and go to X-Plane and not looking back. So glad to have you aboard. We are in the Toliss A320NEO, and we are flying out of Mumbai, India, which was actually a fun departure with ground there. Little difficulty in understanding, but we got through it. Obviously, we're at 38,000 feet. We're headed to Dubai, where the controllers are up. We're due in about an hour-ish or so. So welcome in. Thank you so much. And like I said, if you haven't done so already, we'd love you to smash that follow button. So, all right. So, hey, welcome aboard, Raiders from the Duluth Fly Stream. RUSCFSS. Who is that on VATSIM? Not around me. So, oh, that's over here, I'll bet. Yep. Yeah, that's over in Ukraine, I think. Yep, Rostov and all of that good stuff in Ukraine. Okay, yeah, we've got Dubai Center, well, United Arab, let's try that again. United Arab, is it United Arab Emirates or just, yep, United Arab Emirates, radar on for center, ground and ATC on, or I'm sorry, ground on for Dubai. Currently, their ATIS has us for 30 left, so we get in a little closer to land, I'll think about switching over. Just want to make sure they don't do that little switcheroo on me where I get all set up for 30, I think it's left, and they go, nah, psych, we're going back to 12 right. Many a time they've done that to me. Because mainly that's going to change a lot of things here. So probably in a couple of fixes here, we're probably looking at about, oh, I don't know how much that is, but by Ragma, we'll probably switch over. And we'll have to have a new arrival. So yeah, they're saying not used now. Let's see. Departure 30 right, left as the arrival. How long have they been on? 28 minutes since the last update. All right, let's bite the bullet and may have to do it twice. Because actually our arrival could start a lot further out. Hopefully in the same area. Oh, wrong one. All right, we need an arrival. Okay, it looks like the IMPED 3 Charlie, and we're gonna shoot for The ILS 30 left. All right. Now there is a little racetrack in here, a little S track, if you will. We'll see. Now let's get in here and refile this. Flight plan. There we go. All right, so we want arrival. Okay, we're going to come up here too. Three Charlie. Full dot looks good. No vias and insert. Okay, so if we take a look here at our little map, we're going to just kind of, so you can see the change here. Instead of kind of crossing over and coming in this way, we're now going to zig and zag onto 30 left. Maybe, just maybe, if traffic is not so horrendous, we might get a shortcut. So, but anyway, let's take a look real quick. Looking good. All right. And there's our egg knot to hold. And then still looking at OMAA for our. Always want to make sure you don't have any discontinuities. Okay. And looking at the chart. Okay, we're going to come in below 12,000 feet, working our way down to 6, and then we'll figure out what we're doing in the patterns here. And all of this is below, so it's below 12, below 11, and so forth, down to below 6. All right, so there we have it. At about an hour out, we had a route change. We'll be doing the ILS now to 30 left. Unless they decide to change it again. I've actually had that before. Ugh. Aggravates. But it is what it is when you're in the flying world. Not much we can do about it. All right, sorry about that. I'm just getting my phone back up here. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's charging. And we're trying to charge the batteries out of this cold, and hopefully we'll be back to as close to 100% as the good Lord allows. As we cast our cares on the Lord, He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Just keep that in mind as our verse of the day. Really does help, one of those big promises if we just cast our cares on the Lord. Oh my goodness, this nose does not know what it knows. All right, we're back again. Thank you again, Duluth Fly, for the raids and the 4 raiders that came over. Thank you. Thank you all so much. All right, so under an hour now to Dubai. All right, folks. We got about 52 minutes. Sorry there wasn't any music running there. Kind of cut it short. Yeah, we're getting close. So I don't know when center's going to kick in on us. If I could just use the right combination here. Looks like, and we got a little ways to go. So we'll be in our descent before we get into their center. So, all right, speaking of which, let's get you back on perf. Shows here 265 miles roughly out from top of descent. So we got a couple of minutes here. Enjoy the ride. We'll let some music run. You know, we got a few minutes. Let me see what we got left. Yeah, you know, let's just do that. And we'll just let it run till we get there. Enjoy the flight. Like I said, probably about another 10 minutes. We'll set up for the descent. One thing about the Airbuses, you see this activate approach phase, only do that when you have the speed under control, not the computer, so you don't get screwed up by what speed it sets. Enjoy the flight, and we're trying to recover here, folks. It has been, wow, what a flight. I don't know what caused all of that stomach issue I had, but who knows? Thank God it wasn't a day I was working. So we'll talk to you in a few. All right, I'm back with y'all. We're still about 100 miles out of top of descent. ATC has gone down for the time being in Dubai, and they might come back up, they might not, hard to say. Figuring it's, well, let's see, 6, 7, 8 hours. So you're looking at anywhere from 7, 8 o'clock in the evening till well after midnight. So, okay, you know, they get a break. Oh, man. Anyway, my apologies for this being pretty much a quiet flight. Oh, as I deal with getting over this cold. Oh my gosh, there cannot be much more left inside of me to hit the bathroom with. All right, so all right, so let's get to some planning here, shall we? All right, so let's go to the landing performance chart. Latest, whoops, that's not going to help us there in Mumbai. We're going the other way. Let's see, 1930. Okay, little off, not much. Still there. Okay, well, we'll set it for those numbers. They are a little significantly different. 260, I think 5 is the speed. Really not all that bad. Temperature, however, is still 33. 999 for the Q&H. All right, we'll hold the music there. Oh, bear with me, I lost my place. Oh, where are you? There you are. Okay, so that's good. Try off. That'll work for me. All right, we got a 14,000 foot runway to work with. So, yeah, only needing 6,000. It's pretty good to me. You know what? I need to pull up another chart. That's the one I want. Okay. Hang on a second here, folks. I'm trying to figure out what the heck. Okay. Get an idea on the ground what we're going to do. Okay. Really don't know where they would park us, so we're going to aim for Concourse B and hide ourselves in there somewhere. So plenty of, yeah, that's perfect. We'll come off probably Kilo 8, 7, or 6 and taxi our way over to B. Okay, that'll work. Now, where are we on the flight? All right, let's go over here. Next phase, next phase. ZQNH, we said 9, 9, 9. Now, one thing you could do, come over here. Now, if this was up to date, these numbers would be perfect to just transpose. We had to update them. Usually it is. I think transition of 15,000 is good. Approach speed will be 132, landing 127. And for the ILS, what are we coming in on? Looks like a pretty 3 degrees. Okay. It looked a lot steeper than 3 degrees. Wow. We're looking at 200. Okay. All right. And we're all set to go back to Prof. 60 miles. And we'll be descending here shortly. Again, thanks for flying with Mike. These couple hours, we've been up in the stream world for about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and glad to have you all aboard. Thank you so much. We begin the descent here shortly. If you're into predictions, the exclamation mark predict space and a negative number. Unfortunately, for those of you on YouTube, it doesn't work. I wish it did. That would be super cool. But it doesn't work for YouTube. Now, if you are watching this, though, on YouTube, because we will upload that later today and probably put it out tonight or tomorrow. Always, hey, if you see a new video or you watch a video from Flying with Mike and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to continue to grow our audience there on YouTube. And if you like what you see, hit that like button. That just helps us to know we're on the right track with what people like to see. So this will be the only stream today, just because the way I am feeling, how this has gone, yeah. Like I opened the stream up this morning or this afternoon. I almost didn't stream today. It's just been one of those days battling my stomach. And they're not fun for you all because I'm hardly here. So, but anyway, hey, if you got questions, comments, especially if you're on YouTube, put it in the comments. I do get them, I do read them, and I do reply to them. So appreciate it. One of the big comments I've been getting of late is, excuse me, can't hear the in-game audio. Well, from this screen, you won't. Out here, you will. Now, it most of the time reference the 747-200. I get it. You couldn't probably hear the checklists. So we're running it up and hope you hear them now. That Pan Am flight from yesterday should be out in a couple of days. Scheduled it into when I'm working, so in case we can't get into the air because of how I'm feeling or tired or, you know, stuff going on, there'll be some stuff on YouTube that you can watch. And there's the Arab of Emirates. United Arab of Emirates. Not Dubai yet. We got a ways to go on that one. We're talking at least 200 miles. But that's including a lot of a zigzag you got to do. They got it set up in a way you kind of racetrack in and in for your landing. So, all right. Let's go ahead, turn this down a little. That's set up perfect. There's top of descent, that upside down hockey stick, and which I think they call a foul. But anyway, not into many professional sports, so kind of soured me on their attitudes towards people and just the whole mindset that they've instilled. So, all right, we're coming into Dubai. We'll start our descent here shortly from 38,000. Our first milestone now will still be below 12,000 at IMPED. I'm kind of looking ahead. Sorry, folks. All right, so that's what we have going on. In about 20 miles or so, we'll start our descent. Let's do some checklists here real quick. All right, well, we don't have an ATIS to check that I know of. Let's double check. Nope. We can check the METAR just so you all see it again. There you go. And we've got the performance in, decision height set, stars loaded, landing elevation is set to auto. Let's get ready to descend. So again, I really hope y'all have a great week as it gets kicked off this Monday. Many of you are headed to bed out here in this area of the world, but hope you're having a great week. And thank you again for choosing to fly with us. We sure appreciate it. Oh. All right, let's set all right, we're coming down. And again, if you've missed the whole how these flights came into being, well, what I did, there's a very a neat TV show I like watching, The Amazing Race. This year they race every year around the world, a dozen and a half people, so anywhere from 12 to 18 teams of 2 usually, and they race around the world. This year's race took them from LA to Hong Kong to Osaka, down to Bali and Indonesia. Now we're on that third leg into Dubai. I'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm back with you. As my message said, when my wife gets a call, I go mute out of respect so that the privacy of the students she's working with doesn't inadvertently go out over the air. Anyway, so we're coming in on that leg into Dubai. That was actually a fun one to watch on the show. It was on CBS, so I don't know if you can find it on Hulu or what, but if you have access, look it up. It's a fun show to watch, especially if you go back towards the beginning of it. Oh my goodness, the changes they have done. I wish they'd go back to some of it because that really is what really turned me on. But anyway, that's where this is. So once we get on the ground in Dubai, now granted we don't do the challenges, we just will sit, we'll fly other flights for a little bit, and then we'll head on to the next leg. Now we may, like this one, break it up into a couple flights just because of length, or we may just go all out at it. So we'll see how the mileage is and what we have out there. But that's what's going on with this flight. So I'm glad you're here, glad you're enjoying it. And like I say, if you do get the chance, the Amazing Race was a really good show. It's fun to watch them try to figure out how to get from the point A to point B in the challenges in a different country, different rules, different everything, and different language. That's where it gets a little fun. If you don't believe me, hey, those of you that live in the US, go on up to Montreal and try driving around up there without a map. Or better yet, those of you that don't know how to speak Spanish, I have to say it that way because many Americans know how to, head on down to Mexico and try your luck at that. The problem isn't, getting around, it's understanding where you're going. So now they do have maps, but this generation is map challenged, which also makes it fun. And my favorite, manual transmission challenged. So those are when it's fun watching them now have to learn how to drive a stick. Oh, thank God they don't drive a semi. Holy mackerel. I would just cry for that truck, how hard they'll abuse it. Oh, but it is fun to watch. And like me, I'm a travel buff, so I love how are they getting from point A to point B from, like, say, Hong Kong to Osaka. Now, I didn't hear if they went into Kansai or actually into Osaka International. That's a little more tricky. And could be the same here in Dubai if they went to this airport or the other airport. The one we all know, Dubai International. But there is another one. Actually, there may be two more that have popped up there. This is just an amazing country. So just loved it. It was fun. So that's where the impetus for these flights have come from. And hope you enjoy it. Next up is a place they had never been in all the years the show had been on. So that was actually fun. And to see how these other cultures live. So it just, to me, it's just fun to see. To you all, I don't know. But the challenges, they can be pretty physical, and they can also play with your mind big time. So it is a great show. The hard part is just knowing when it's on, and that's the hard part. So, but anyway, let's get back to the flight, shall we? Hey, we're 12 minutes supposedly out, and 25,000 feet. So let's start putting people back in their seats. As we begin, and actually there is another airport, the original airport for the Arab of Emirates, What is OMAA? It's just killing me. I can't remember. Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Sorry. Yes. You had that airport and you had Sharjah up to the north. A lot of the cargo planes go in, refuel to continue their trek eastward. Back in the day. Today, they can pretty much make it. I think they may still stop to get more weight put on to come out. So, but anyway, it's just fun to see and learn. So that's, and that's what I love about the flight sims. I don't care which one you fly. I love flying. Yes, I love flying in the US. It's something I know like back of my hand, but I also enjoy Europe. Hey, what happened back in Mumbai? I loved trying to figure out what the controllers wanted me to do. Now, thankfully, they can text that to us. Where in the real world, you got to figure out what they're saying, because their English may not be perfect, and you're definitely not perfect to them. So it's really interesting to learn. And then if you're like me, like coming into Dubai, learning that in the 60s, this was all desert. That whole city was a desert. 50s, 60s is when they started making Dubai what you see today. Unbelievable to think they could do it that quick, that fast, and that, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Those palm residential areas that go out into the Gulf, that's a couple 100,000 people, folks. That's amazing in itself, but let alone the city itself. But then you get not much further past the airports, you're back in the desert. What an amazing, it's an amazing man-made feat that occurred here. So really, really, what a testament. And it just blows my mind away. I don't fly in here enough, but yeah, it just blows my mind away that in the early 60s, that was all desert. And today it is a mega city. And correct me out there, fact check me. I think the tallest building in the world is there now. So that just, and there's some things about some of the buildings that I've seen documentaries on that just, what? They can do what inside there? So those are kinds of things you get here. Now, am I telling you to use this in schools? Would be great. No. No. But it's just amazing what you can learn if you go that next step. If you just come on here just to fly and, okay, yeah, we're going into Dubai. Woo-wee. Hey, that's fine. Me, I like learning a little bit. It's fascinating, some of these places. And they end up on my bucket list. And I'll be honest with you, if I am going to come to Dubai, we will be in the winter time. I don't want to catch this place in summer. While it may not be a desert, oh, the heat of the desert is there. All right, well, we're close enough. I don't think we're going to get any relief. So we'll set our transition. as we begin to approach the MPED at 2:30. Oh, we're going to have to slow this plane up here in a minute. All right, let me double check our ILS frequency, 111.3. And IDBW sounds correct. It is. And 299. Good deal. That's all set, by the way, in the avionics of the plane, in the FMCs and the avionics. So cool. All right, we are coming into 12,000 feet. Unbelievable.
Dubai traffic, Emirates 7 Yankee joining ILS, runway 30 left, Dubai traffic.
All right, we are working our way here to 518. We're going to go ahead, kick the landing lights on. All right, let's see what else we have to be doing. Okay, constraints. Seatbelts are on, cockpit doors still locked, anti-ice, we're okay, approach phase, we're not on yet. All right, let's see what kind of traffic we have. Nobody. All right.
Post office.
All right, I am getting ready. I think we're gonna after Volton, I may go to Veller.
Dubai traffic, Emirates 7 Yankee on 5 mile final runway 30 left, Dubai traffic.
Dubai traffic, Emirates 6 November, Victor, taxi to runway 30 right, via Zulu and Kilo 11 and hold runway 30 left.
All right, we are going to Dubai traffic, Ellen Air 1511, about 20 miles out, intercepting the localizer 430 left.
Dubai traffic Emirates 6 November Victor, clear for takeoff runway 30 right.
Dubai traffic, Emirates 7 Yankee, runway 30 left, vacated, taxiing Kilo, Juliet 3 stand Delta 10, Dubai traffic.
Okay, got the airport in sight, 14 miles out. Waiting on the local or a glide slope to start coming down.
Dubai traffic Emirates 38 Romeo. We are taking off from runway 30 right.
And Dubai traffic, Ellen Air 1511, 9 miles out, fully established, 30 left, gear down. Okay, we are set to go. No blue messages into ECAM, runway in sight. Got a little bit of a crosswind here. Okay, we're stable, 4 miles out. And Dubai traffic, Air 1511, 3 mile final, 30 left. Correct, yeah, 30 left. Stable landing.
500. Hundred above. 200. Minimum.
Glide slow.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Not one of my better landings, but not too bad. And Dubai traffic, Air 1511's off 30 left, taxi to a gate. He's still in reverse. All right, so all right, we're on the ground. Hang on a second here. Guess he's attempting to power back. Oh, well. Hey, we're here. Let's make sure we got everything. Beacons off, seatbelts off, engines off. I didn't get the radar. Doggone it. Got the other one, but not that one. There they come. All right, welcome to Dubai. Not one of my better landings of the week, but it wasn't too bad. Let me get in here as soon as I... There they are, unloading. All right, survey says pirate filed. Perfect. Trying to get the what the airline caught us at. 408 feet a minute at a G, 118 knots. So we were a little slow. All right, not bad. All right, folks. Hey, welcome to Dubai. Let me, you know what? It's a lot easier. Just do it here. There we go. That way they stay put. All right, so let's look at Elevatech here real quick. And then we'll head on out of here. All right, 413 feet, 120 knots, 154, 1G. So, hey, not bad. Great flight. We had fun. A lot more traffic starting to show up. So, welcome in. All right, let's look at Sim Toolkit. Let's go outside. Instead, we'll stay here. It might be real noisy. Okay, there's Sim Toolkit. We learned a lot more on this. Now, I'm going to tell you already, I already know we're going to be off that center line quite a bit. If it even puts us on the right runway. You can see the little S turn getting in, and I cut off a lot of that. 527, 121 knots. Complete it. And what you all are used to, 2-hour, 53-minute flight, 1,040 miles, and 5,300 kilograms. So overall, everything seems to be right around the 500 mark. Hey, it's an approved flight. That's how I look at it. All right. Of course. Wouldn't you know? Yeah, they wanted us over here. Oh, well. We landed on the correct runway, 30 left, at about 3,000 feet down, so just outside the landing zone. But folks, when you're on a 14,000 foot runway, missing it by a little isn't going to hurt us. Somehow we drifted up again on the glide slope, which I don't know why we do that, but for some reason we are. Pitch was about 5.5 degrees. We were rolling a little bit to try to crosswind land it, and there's our other numbers. So you get a lot of information here. Really, really informative, and that's why I use it. I'm just kind of looking to see where, probably, I guess, down here. I don't know where my airline would park here, if they even park here. So anyway, we had a great flight, great time. Glad you all were here. We had a great raid from Duluth Fly with 4 raiders. Thank you, sir, so much. And one more time, let's cover our ears. Yeah, I guess 801 doesn't know he's in reverse. That's okay. I don't know. His A380 may do that. Who knows? So, but anyway, there you have it. Ellen Air on the ground in Dubai. The amazing race will now continue through Dubai, and then we'll take them on to their next destination here in a couple days. So, I hope y'all enjoyed. It was a fun flight, and we'll see you on the next one. Not sure if we'll be flying during the week, but we'll try. It all depends how I feel after work and all of that good stuff. So, but for sure, we'll try to get something going Friday, Sunday, Monday. So until then, God bless you all. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Again, thanks for being here. We'll see you then.